So there are some elements to this. And the first is the advantage of failure. And this is bandied around a lot, but it's absolutely true. You know, it's very unusual to find a great entrepreneurial success story who hasn't had some significant failures, or who hasn't had some significant adversity to overcome in their life. So if you've had the greatest life in the world up to now, I'm sorry, but it may be a bit tougher for you. But if you've had challenges and if you've had adversity, then learning from them and moving on is an absolutely fundamental part of this. And what happens as human beings is we get divided into two categories. Because we all go through stuff. We all have stuff happen, whether it be business stuff or other stuff. And really one of two things tends to happen. Either the stuff tends to overpower us and stop us, or the successful people take that stuff and use that stuff and do something with it. You would stop people and you turn it on its head and you make something of it. It's not about whether you've had failures. It's not about whether you've had obstacles or adversity. It's about what are you going to do with it and how are you going to react to it and how are you going to use it. And the big thing, especially with business failures, is whether we learn from them and move on. You know, in Silicon Valley, it's very hard to get funding from venture capital. Very hard now, unless you've been bankrupt once, but ideally twice. I mean, seriously, because like they look at you and they think, if you've never had a business failure, then have you learned the lessons? So you can go home tonight and say, how was it? I said, well, what did you learn? You say, well, great. What I've got to do is my business has got to fail, because then I can learn the lessons. That's not quite what I'm suggesting, but you get the point.